blue for me and you. And I think to myself, what a wonderful world.
Hi everyone, it's teacher Lina. I'm gonna start doing some simple talks in between my classes. I have somewhat of like 1 or 2 hours, or wait, just an hour in between some of my classes, and I decided to use this time to plan out perfectly my inspirational talks for all of you, which you can take from. So today's talk is going to be about I am never gonna be a great dancer. So how many times have you told yourself, your mom, your friends, or your teachers, or whoever, maybe mostly yourself, that I am never gonna be a great dancer because I am never gonna be a great dancer because, and I just want to give up, or I'm never gonna be a great dancer because I'm tall, or I'm short, or I'm fat, or I'm just never gonna be great. Okay, so today's talk is about that. And I want to start by saying, let's face it, or let's be real. You're never gonna be the next Crava or the Nella or the other person in the next room or the person beside you, or I don't know, the person you see online, these amazing dancers, because you are not them. And you probably know this already in yourself, that you are not them, they are not you. I think when we start thinking like this, it's best to take a step back. Girl, self-pity is not pretty. And I'm telling that to myself also. I used to have a big insecurity in myself that if I'm not good enough, I don't try hard enough, or if I'm not confident enough, I just kind of say, oh, I'm not gonna be great anyway, so I'm not just gonna do it anymore. So first off, I just want to say you're never gonna be those people. But if you're not gonna try, it's not gonna be nice either. So that's my first maybe comment on getting yourself to work. I am not the person, or I'm not the type of teacher or person even to baby myself. Of course, I do know now how to take care of myself a little better. I don't like the term self-love. I, of course, enjoy like giving myself time off and all of this, but I think there's something beautiful in being imperfect and being yourself. It's the same with dancing, or it's the same when we see our favorite dancers. Isn't it their personal characteristics or their personal flaws maybe, and the somewhat perfection, or the idea of perfection that you like, that catches or draws your eye to them. But when it's too perfect, you do feel a sense of, oh, it's okay, but it's not as strong as someone who's just pushing themselves out there. I love that characteristic in some dancers, don't you? I don't know, but that's just my personal opinion. Again, art is so subjective, so it does depend on each person's point of view. But me as a teacher, I always tell my students, try to really create your own person, or try to really create someone that they want to see, and you know, like someone you also want to see. I think when you start being happy with what you see, or happy with how you dance, other people also see that, and that's something that's infectious. You know, it's like your favorite dancers, or those people you really admire. They work really hard, they have lots of rehearsals, and they really take time and, you know, eat, breathe, live, and change their lifestyle all around dance. Not necessarily revolving around dance, but these experiences around them contribute to making them a really great dancer. And that's another thing I want to point out. What really is a great dancer, right? If you think about it, you can define it in your own way. And you also get asked probably what makes a great person, or what makes a great this or that. Personally, I think that great is like overrated. We don't have to say we're great anything. I mean, we can just be good people, and that would be amazing already, in my personal opinion, I guess. But I used to not think like that. And this is where this thought is probably coming from, and something I hope you can take out from is I used to say this: I'm never going to be great, so I'm never just going to try. And I don't regret it though, because I eventually overcame it and I am where I am now. I live life like this. I can't look back, I can't change what I thought or what I did, but I can move forward and change how I think now. Sometimes when we feel pressure, or maybe when we feel pressure or we start thinking like this, we forget everything that's great about ourselves. Like, we get so stuck up being a great dancer, we forget all the little great things about you, or about like the way you move. Maybe there are some things that are nice too, not to the point that you get a big head, but also to the point that you can just appreciate some of the little things that improve for you. Which is also why I ask my kids to always have a notebook around them, just so that they can also track their progress and see like the little things or the little details that made them a little bit better than the last time. And it doesn't have to be technical. It doesn't have to be technique improvements. It can be something such as small as your personality improvements. I think these things you go through always build on top of your ballet character also, if you know what I'm saying. So I find it also hard to accept love or accept self-love when I am hating on all my flaws. And I'm pretty sure you can all relate to that also. It's very easy to just say again, I'm not great, I'm not good. But we have to just overcome these things and love these little flaws about ourselves. I'm gonna give Osipova as an example because not a lot of people love her. And I really love her energy and her spirit. I grew up watching Osipova, Natalia Osipova, on YouTube, and I remember thinking, oh my goodness, she's such a great dancer, and I just wanted to jump like her just because she jumped so high. So I really worked on my jumps. I really did. I loved all these variations with jumps just because she was so good in jumping. And still I hear people say she's not as clean, or maybe she has some transitions that are not clean, but when you watch her, it's so crazy and it's so exciting. Sometimes it blows you away and it's almost like you don't know what you're gonna get. So, I mean, even with our old dancers, I feel like I see that when you can see like this huge, just like energy all over stage, and it's not thrown everywhere, it's controlled, but still it's like a controlled chaos. And I think when you're dancing, personality always matters first. So to go back again to the topic of, well, I am never gonna be a great dancer. Well, you probably are not, and it doesn't help. Well, you probably are not if you keep saying that. And it also doesn't help either to just say, I'm not gonna be a great dancer. Is saying I'm not gonna be a great dancer gonna make you a great dancer? Or is saying you're never gonna be good in turning, saying you're never gonna be good in jumping, gonna make you a great dancer? I think not. So before you say anything, I feel like rethink again, control, stop, pause, and just say, you know, you're being silly right now if you can hear what you're saying. Because when you say it out loud, I'm never gonna be a great dancer, and you record yourself, you probably are gonna start laughing at yourself thinking, why am I even saying this? You know, it doesn't sound nice, it doesn't sound fun. And growing up as a really angsty and really rebellious teenage girl with a really strong independent mind, I can tell you I had a big and bad quality of self-loathing. And I was always mad, and I would tell myself all the time I wasn't good enough. I wasn't good enough. I wasn't good at all. I had no lines. I had no feet. That's all I would tell myself every day. Telling yourself you're not good, telling yourself you're not, you know, again, will not make you any better. So might as well just tell yourself, I'm not good now, but I can always work on it tomorrow. Just to end this, we all, I feel, have our own ways of self-motivating ourselves. For myself, I feel like this works because I don't work well on lots of praise and encouragement. I have a hard time believing it, and I have a big like imposter syndrome a lot of times. Sometimes I catch myself not being able to talk about myself because I don't believe enough in myself, but it does work for me to not maybe criticize, but really tell myself that if I go through this, this is what's gonna happen. I get motivated by working hard and also using my mind a lot, which is why I like to write down my notes very calculatively. But yeah, my kids, some of them work better on motivation. I observe what they need. Again, each person is different, and I think this is my dramatic ballerina side where I love the whole pain idea and just like pushing like the extra hard work and just extra hours put in. It's maybe that side, or maybe my mom's Japanese side. I don't know which one anymore, but this is what makes me motivated. And I guess you just have to find what keeps you going. But when you feel like you're not great, I feel like it's something you can overcome. So if ever you do feel like this right now, and sometimes I know my kids feel like I'm never gonna be good anyway, I feel like I wish I could believe in you. I wish I could tell you that I can guide you, or I wish I could tell you that you can do it, and maybe it might help. I feel it's very important to have that kind of support also. And it's hard for you to believe in yourself because I am like that too. It takes so much convincing for me to tell myself that I can do it. And it's so funny because when I overcome it, I really could do it, or I was able to do it. And in between, I always end up surprising myself. I hope that that happens to you. I learned so many things the hard way, but yeah, I think that it's always a process, and no matter how slow you go, and I love this quote, it doesn't matter how slow you go as long as you don't stop. So yeah, but of course we could have learned it faster if we just listened. So I hope that this video kind of makes you a bit more conscious on that path of self-growth and self-growing and being a bit better dancer yourselves. I feel like you don't really need to be the best or the greatest as long as you keep on dancing. Myself, I mean, I found my path in teaching, but I still continue to dance. And maybe some people might think, why did she do that? Why did she have to quit and not dance? But this is where I was happy. You have to understand that. And this is where I found more of fulfillment compared to when I was dancing on stage, which I dearly miss, but I don't really want to do forever. And I know some people who really want to dance all day and just do this, and yeah, I feel like you can do that as long as you keep on going and, you know, keep on working hard. And to end this, finally, I will leave you with one of my new favorite quotes, and it is, do not believe in everything you think. So sometimes our mind really just has these days where you just don't want to believe in yourself, or you don't want to think that you can be great or good. Even if you're going to be an adult dancer, hobby dancer, just a dancer, I think you should keep on going. If it's something you love doing, if it's something that you're passionate about, don't let anyone stop you from doing so. Even if it means that you're just going to be dancing as an adult or dancing in a school, I don't think there's anything wrong with that. You know, I'll talk about this in another vlog. For a person who came from dancing 7 years in a company, eventually dancing 10 years in a school and teaching in a school, I can relate so well, and I was so happy to make that decision. So I hope that you gain inspiration from this really short. I'm never going to be a great dancer. Of course, I'm never going to be great, but I am myself. I am happy with the way I am. I think I am really happy dancing like the way I'm dancing right now. There's so many things I still want to work on, growing every day. And yeah, I hope you take something away from that. And I hope that this first of mine, which is my first kind of motivational, inspirational talk on YouTube helps you to find your way through your dancing days. And I will see you all for my next vlogs. Again, I am grateful for all of your support, and let me know what else you'd love to hear on this channel. I'll be putting more videos up online soon, and I will see you then. Bye!